Good morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. I am George Onibe as always. And this morning I want us to look into this issue, a very sensitive one, because it seems to me that most Nigerians leaders are insensitive or maybe deliberately trying to be wicked. You see, Nigeria is a country not only blessed with human capacity, but abundant of natural resources. Nigerian has the capacity to become anything they want to become, ultimately being in charge of their future, the author of their destiny. But ironically, I should say amazingly, more than 75% of Nigerians live in abject poverty. The remaining 15 has run away in search of greener pasture. The remaining 5 are occupying the position of leadership. And then the remaining population are either sick or mentally deranged. And in a nutshell, you will see that you have more Nigerians suffering, irrespective of the human capacity and abundant natural resources. People who have conscience, people who mean well for the nation, are supposed to begin to ask questions. What is the cause of this problem? And how are we going to solve this problem? And you see, if we are sincere enough to one another, solving Nigerian problem is the easiest task any politician or project any politician can embark on. But you see, there are lies we have been told in the past. The lie which is gradually haunting Nigeria and tearing Nigeria apart. Instead of them to own up to their responsibility, instead of them to stand and say the truth irrespective of whose fault is good. You know, like lie, when you tell one lie, it will require more lie to cover one lie. So they are still struggling, making efforts to lie. The more they lie, the more problem they cause. And that is the only reason why today you have the issue of insecurity almost drowning the political arena. You have the issue of hate. Some people deliberately instigating other ethnic groups against themselves. All unethical behavior are prevalent in the Nigerian society. Yes, we are one Nigeria. We cannot trust ourselves. We are one Nigeria. We want to pretend all is well. But of the truth, how can it be well inside the well? And now, having created this scenario, this morning I want us to look at the message as simply titled, Nigerians speaking one language. Comparing all Nigerians to use one language will not make Nigerian develop. It will not solve Nigerian problem. It's not going to change anything. The earlier you people understand, you people, some felt it's a racist statement, but believe me, that is not what I mean. You people who say you are Nigeria, the earlier we face the truth, reality, the better for all of us. Lately, I had a feeling of one Nigeria I have never had before, and we are still looking into those people. And it has made us to open our satellite to look into some areas we were not paying attention to. And I'm talking of those Yoruba people. They say they are Yoruba. They call themselves Abe Governor. They are right there on TikTok. These are failures. They have not succeeded in doing anything in their life. They are hiding somewhere in Europe, doing monetization of propaganda. It's a shame if Yoruba people cannot call those people to order. It's a shame. Why did I bring them up this morning? I remember one of those women that don't have husband was actually telling them in Yoruba that he hates this bobo. Why did they bring this bobo in? He hates this guy. And maybe she was saying it so I feel bad. But this is the truth. It is natural. You see somebody, you don't know the person before, they've not done you wrong, you just hate them. In the same way you see somebody, you don't know them before, they've not done any good for you, you just love them to all his own. Why am I saying this? If I will remind us, I've constantly told Nigerians that our problem is Wazobia. There was something they discussed at the eve of independence. That is what is hurting Nigeria till today. Igbo betray Hausa. Yoruba is fighting sentimentally because of the alliance between Igbo and Hausa. And somewhere along the line, they have to balance this relationship so that they can go back to the table. Because it looked like Igbo have betrayed Yoruba, Igbo have betrayed Hausa, and now all of them are on their own. As the game of Wazobia is concerned, Igbo man is the one losing out. But when you say, they say, oh, he hate us, he hate Yoruba, oh, he hate Igbo, hey, we hate Hausa. But you people should understand, we have passed those era. The colonial masters are not jumping up and down to colonize any country. The one they have colonized now is gradually slipping out of their grip. How can a fellow African man be colonizing a fellow African man inside their country? Now there are information we should have not have access to. Now we know, everybody will know. The only way out is repentance. All of you playing the game of Wazobia. We may not be able to stop you. You control the gun, you control the media, you control the finance. You are absolute. But the truth is that it will not end in your favor. Accept this truth and have peace. Now let me digress so that you understand, because I see you don't know what I'm trying to say. I was once informed by a Nigerian elder, fortunately a Yoruba man, when we were having a conversation as human beings, not as Yoruba, Hausa or Igbo, as human beings, as people who want to stay in the corner and say the truth. The man told me this issue of Wazobia. He said it is everywhere, just that we were not seeing it before now. He said, look at the coat of arms. You have 3 animals there, 2 horse and 1 eagle. He said 2 horse represent Hausa, Igbo and Yoruba. The eagle represent Hausa. He said, look closely at the coat of arms. You will see the river Niger and the river Benue, the Y on the middle of that badge. He said, you will see 3 pieces of land in between that Y. He said, 1 represent Hausa, 1 represent Yoruba, 1 represent Igbo. He said, look underneath of the coat of arms. You will see grass and flowers. He said, that is the minority. Wazobia must feed on the misery of the minority. We have no choice. If we cannot align with the Wazobia, all of us will be consumed. We were just having a conversation, and let us assume it's a conspiracy theory. But we are seeing it happening every day in our life. I also have some of the secrets an Hausa man told me. But no need for this broadcast. It will be for another broadcast. And so each time we come, we begin to ask questions. If it doesn't favor Yoruba, Yoruba will say we hate them. If it does not favor Igbo, Igbo will say we hate them. If it does not hate Hausa, Hausa will say we hate them. But at the end of the day, 3 of them are fighting who owns the throne. It is a game of the throne. I was with IPOB. I was with Nnamdi Kanu. What they started doing was creating a platform to restructure Nigeria. I thought this generation has repented. I thought it was going to be for the overall good of everybody. But they did not know and understand their language then. They were making all the plans they were making, even to the detriment of my own people. And I simply say, I will not be instrumental to the destruction of my people. And I back down. Look at Igbo people, these Igbo Biafra people. They see me as their enemy because I know what they know. They were looking for how to use the supposed minority from the south and those of them in the southeast to upset the balance. And I said I would do no such thing. I didn't want to talk to them. I needed a place to talk to my people so they know what is happening. Igbo people still start pushing Biafra. Biafra is not for the good of anybody. Biafra is to collect their own share from Oduduwa, Arewa, under the guise of Wazobia. And when it failed, they have to use the minority. They start pushing for Igbo unity, which I am warning most of you. And you don't have sense. You are still telling me you are Igbo, Ikwere is Igbo, Anyama is Igbo, everybody is Igbo. In your mind, you think you are doing Igbo a favor. But this is the truth. About 80% of Igbo people don't know what I'm saying. About 80% of Yoruba people don't know what I'm saying. About 80% of Hausa people don't know what I'm saying. All of them are riddled by emotion. The next thing they cry, oh, you hate Yoruba, oh, you hate Igbo, oh, you hate Igbo. They have been blinded to truth and reality. It is difficult for them to accept that this is the problem because they have a lot to lose. So they go to hyper Wazobia, even though it means that all of us die. It's okay. But for those of you who are standing on the line, you are minority. You are the flower in that coat of arms. You are the grass. The cow will eat you. Be jumping up and down. You are Igbo. You are Igbo. Everybody is Igbo. Everybody is Yoruba. Everybody is Hausa. Is that not it? Once you are in the north, you are Hausa. Once you are in the west, you are Yoruba. Once you are in the east, you are Igbo. I told you people. I said the worst they can do is to realign as Wazobia. But it will never be in their favor. For the sake of the future generation, for the sake of our one Nigeria, it is time you people stop this shenanigan. It is time you people stop this evil against the supposed minority. I know you don't understand where I'm coming from. Now let's look at it this way. They made an Igbo woman Minister of Education. The Igbo woman ran, and removed history from school. This was not because he was trying to save Nigeria from any problem. This was because people have started asking questions. But thank God to the social media once again. People started countering false narrative. Some of you, your ancestors descended from heaven. They landed in Egypt. Some of you, your ancestors descended from Mountain Carmel. They landed in Saudi Arabia. Some of you, your ancestors descended from Israel, and you are now in Onitsha. People have begun to ask questions. So they remove history. But then, when President Ahmed Bola Tinubu came in, he aligned some of the things he was going to do. All these issues are being debated on the floor of the National Assembly, one of which was returning history back to school. I have called on all Nigerians and the people of South and minority most especially. I say it's a good thing they want to return history back to school. It is important we know our history, whether it is favorable or it is not favorable. If it has happened, it has happened. There is nothing you can do about the past, but it can help you navigate your way into the future, making sure such mistake does not reoccur. And I also advise fellow Nigerians and say pay attention to the history they are going to project to you, because that is when the issue will come up. I said I cannot say the president is doing the right thing or is doing the wrong thing, because the mindset behind returning history to school is what matters at the end of the day. While we are waiting for the school curriculum, the syllabus, let us see what they are going to teach in history. Boom! Olatunji Alawusa, the current Minister of Education, has come with his own. Somebody sent me the document through which he has deceived Nigerians. What he's going to do. I told the person as of last night that this is a lie. But out of curiosity, I dabbled into the social media. I begin to find out updates regarding this new school curriculum introduced by Olatunji, Dr. Olatunji Alawusa. And I was surprised everything he wrote. Going towards the last paragraph, he now wrote something there, which is the main purpose of this discussion. That Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba will be compulsory. They will teach your children Igbo, Hausa inside one Nigeria. I said, let me listen to the news this morning and see what they will say. And as expected, those news presentations didn't tell us, those news presenters didn't tell us about the plan of Alawusa Olatunji, doctor, the immediate Minister of Education. They hide that one from you. And most of you will say, it doesn't mean, it means a lot. Now, let me digress. When the colonial master came to invade Africa, when they came to invade India, when they invade China and Japan, where they invade wherever they invaded, the first thing they do is to remove your language. The next thing they do is to give you religion. And to control all of you, they will set you against each other. These were three vital tools they don't joke with. When they came to India, they took their language, replaced it with English. They gave them religion, and then they turned Indian against themselves. Bangladesh can no longer be part of India again, to mention but a few. India has to fight internal crisis and manage to survive. And when India recovered, and the only reason they recovered was that though India has so many ethnic groups, they decided first of all to do away with English. And India began to walk towards that path. Yes, some Indians are Christian, but they have to put Christianity where it belongs because they know the purpose of Christianity in India in the first place. And today, because Indian rationale in addressing this issue was transparent, was not in favor of any ethnic group, Indian was able to find their way back on their feet. When they invaded China and Japan, they did the same thing. Most of you will not know that they used to be one country. China fell for them first. Japan resisted them for a very long time. During this crisis, they create all these things, commotion happening in the northeast, North Korea, South Korea, China, Japan. If you know the war these people fought among themselves, people who are the same people, the imperialists made it possible. They gave them English and they gave them religion. Today, these are world power. Watch them. They don't speak English, even though they can speak English. They don't accept Christianity, even though Yong Gin Cho is a Christian. And when it comes to religion or any other gift given to them by imperialists, all of them were modified. But come to Africa, they took our language. They gave us English. Yes, they gave us religion. Some of us are Muslim, some of us are Christian. And ultimately, they turn us against ourselves. Till tomorrow morning, we are fighting against ourselves. South Africa will tell you Nigeria is useless. Nigeria will tell you Ghana don't have sense. Ghana will tell you Cotonou is the problem. We have been fighting ourselves on the larger scale. But right here in Nigeria, it is worse. Yoruba must be fighting Igbo. Or Igbo is fighting Hausa. Or Hausa is fighting Yoruba. They will drag minority into it as their shield. But the fight continues, and they are pretending they are the same people. It is not all Yoruba, it's not all Igbo, it's not all Hausa. But those who are doing this thing, you may never know them. But that is the game. The religion today has created division among Nigeria. This was the reason people like China and India, as I pointed out, allow religion to go. Today, go to the war scene, go to the floor of the United Nations. Some Nigerians are even petitioning Nigerian government that Muslims are killing Christians, that there is a Christian genocide. But they will not tell you that there are Muslims killing Muslims. What about the case of Ezazaki? Is Ezazaki a Christian? Now hold on. We have the issue of religion. We are fighting everybody. You are a Christian, you are a fake, and all those rubbish. But in our mind, we are wise. We are supposed to deal with the issue of religion as religion. Outside having a religion identity, all this religion influence is useless. And then you come to the English. We still maintain English. Yes. To get admission into Nigeria University, you must speak English. Everything the colonial master kept to destroy us, to subjugate us, to keep us on our knee, all of them are sustained, maintained. But now, the same pattern the colonial master is using or have used and is still using to keep Africa on her knee is what Nigerian founding fathers are doing. I know you are not getting it. I mentioned 3 instruments: divide and rule. They use it among themselves first of all. But now, if you are from South, watch what Igbo people are doing in the name of Igbo unity. As Midwestern region, as Bender State, even as Edo and Delta, until Igbo Biafra came, we never fight ourselves. We never quarreled ourselves. We didn't have land disputes. Amazingly, in this same life, if I come on social media, I see Ishan attacking Benin, I see Benin attacking Ishan. I could only ask, when did it all begin and when will it end? We know when it began and we know when it will end, and that is the purpose why we are here. In my yesterday broadcast, I made it clear the reason Igbo Biafra people have not been able to destroy Anyoma is that Osimili, Ndokwa, Anyocha, and Eka has not started fighting themselves. When they help us get there, we are gone. The only reason Ikwere is still standing today is because Obako Ikwere has not seen any reason why they should begin to fight themselves. Because by now, it would have been Eka people against other ethnic groups under the umbrella of Obako Ikwere because of Mbata. They're looking for how to turn us against each other. It's our choice. And then on the other hand, look at Nnamdi Kanu. The first thing he did was to introduce religion. They say they are Arabatarian. They will tie something on the head and be doing rubbish. You think those people were stupid? They have agenda. Most of you would have become Arabatarian by now. But it didn't pull through. Right here now, they can't change our language. And even though we don't speak the same language with them, they are claiming that we are speaking the same language with them. Go to the comment section where we say Ikwere is not Igbo or Anyoma is not Igbo. The next thing you will hear is, yes, and you are answering Igbo name. And yes, you are speaking Igbo language. They say you are not Igbo. Your land is Igbo land. Why are you answering Igbo name? Why are you doing this one? I told us that this is the handwork of Samuel Ajayi Crowther, a Christian missionary. He gave the language to Igbo people. He gave the language to Yoruba people. And he gave the language to Hausa people. Yes, Hausa have a language. But somehow along the line, everybody adapted Hausa. I don't have a problem with them. Everybody in Yoruba land cannot understand themselves. There is a Yoruba that will be talking and Yoruba will not hear. But under the supposed, once you begin to hear Central Yoruba, that Lagos Yoruba, Ajayi Crowther taught them. The same way you hear Central Igbo, it is Samuel Ajayi Crowther that taught them. You have seen it online when somebody was teaching them Igbo. Anyinya, Anya, Oko, Aka, Ah, Oh. That was when they were teaching them this Igbo. Before they taught them this Igbo, Eka language, Abo language was there. They pick other languages around the region and form the Igbo they speak. We never talked about it today. But he gave temerity to Igbo people now to come and tell me that I'm speaking Igbo language. I'm not speaking Igbo language. I speak Eka language. The same way, another person will come and say you are speaking in Yoruba language, and maybe you are speaking Ijebu or Ekale. The same way another person say, you are Idoma, you speak Hausa, so you are Hausa. Is it not the same process of recolonization? And now you are trying to find out, why did I bring out this thing? If we are going to adapt Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo, that is what we are going to be using in our school. Our children must study it compulsorily. Let me ask you, Benin people, I will start with you. Because by the time you get to school, you will hear them teaching your son. What are they going to teach Benin self? Is it going to be Ishan people? What are they going to teach you? Yoruba or Igbo? Which one are they going to teach your children? It's a shame most of our children can't even speak our language. And the government of the day want to take our resources to force us to speak their language. The same way Igbo force us to speak their language. India was not stupid to reject English language. China and Japan, they were not stupid to reject English language. We accepted it. As if that is not enough for you. You want to impose your own language on us now. You people go and ask Dr. Olatunji Alawosa, what is Nigeria going to benefit if they force South people to begin to speak Igbo? Or are they going to divide South into two and give one to Yoruba and one to Igbo? What will it benefit you if all of us start speaking Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Will it destroy the idea behind Wazobia? And what happened to our own language? Were the Igbo truly on this land before us? Were the Yoruba truly on this land before us? Were the Hausa truly on this land before us? So Idoma people, those of you in the north, which language would they teach your children in the school? Ishakiri people, Ijaw people, which language would they teach your children in the school? And finally, you now begin to understand why Igbo people are telling you, you speak our language, you speak our language, you answer our name. Despite the fact that this error was entertained as a result of religion. Even in their ignorant mind, they still want to take our land by the virtue that we speak their language, by the virtue that we answer their name. What happens when it becomes official? We become officially Igbo. Ikwere will become officially Igbo. Anyoma will become officially Igbo. Benin will become officially Igbo. Isha, Orionwo, Esako, Urobo, Ishekiri, all of you will become officially Igbo or Abi officially Yoruba. Then what happened to your language? I talked about language. I encourage you to teach your children this language because your language is your power. There is an adage in my place. He said, Alionya Wondra, your language is your power. They want to take your power from you and hand over a photocopy to you. No matter how much you speak English, you are not an Englishman. No matter how you speak Igbo, no matter how familiar my language is to Igbo, I am not Igbo man. No matter how your language is close to Yoruba, you are not Yoruba man. You can speak Hausa more than Hausa man. If you are not Hausa man, you are not Hausa man. If you allow them to change this narrative, if you allow them to configure our life more than they have done, your children will never know who they are. But that does not mean these people do not know who you are. They know you are not part of them. You can never be treated equally. Look at the black people in India. Are they treated equally with the white people in India? Though they are fair enough to them. And so don't think that because you sing Yoruba, then they will accept you. Showore is deceiving himself. He will never be Igbo. He will never be Yoruba. He is an Ijaw man. The earlier he wake up, the better for him. That is all they can always do. Chukwumanzogo has deceived himself whether he chooses to become Igbo. Igbo will never accept him. George Onibe know this truth. When I got to this junction, I knew that no matter what happened, I am not Igbo. Because they always look at me somehow. They always question my position somehow. Ndị Agbo, I was a Kwandi Igbo. Ndị Agbo, I was a Kwandi Igbo. That notion is still ringing in my head. And so to you, if ignorantly you think there is nothing wrong here, and then go and think again. Ishaman, you are in the class, your children are in the class. They will come and teach you Igbo. Hey, Kedu, Kekime. You will clap for them. Oh, you cannot speak Igbo. Hey. Unto what? When will Igbo people learn Igbo? When will Yoruba people learn Igbo? When will Hausa come and learn Igbo? Are there more stakeholders in Nigeria than any other ethnic group? But let me tell you the truth. They say they are the majority. It's a scam. It's a lie. Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo are not majority. They use our number to gain numerical advantage over other ethnic groups. Ask them, why are they running away from Igala people? Why do they have to divide the Doma people? Why are they suppressing Ijaw people? I talk about where I come from. Take the statistic and record of where these people can be found. You begin to wonder who is a majority and who is a minority. Igala people are divided across into 6 states in Nigeria. And the same thing is applicable to Idoma people into 6 states. And for Ijaw people, you have Ijaw people in more than 9 states in Nigeria. But they are minority. But Igbo occupy 5 states with other ethnic groups, and they are majority. Now, we are not here to cause problem. We are not here to instigate anybody against anybody. Yoruba man, Olatunji, Alawosa, imagine you enter a classroom where they are teaching your children, because I know they are in America, when they are teaching them with Igbo language. Olatunji, how will you feel? You burst into your son's class, the love Yoruba have for Igbo, and you see them teaching your children with Igbo language. How will you people feel? Do to others what you want them to do to you. I told Nigerians, I said, don't fight Tinubu, because Tinubu is the epistle. He's going to be the testament of what will happen in Nigeria in the nearest future. To him, he's playing smart. That smart he is playing, it will dawn on Yoruba people when the time comes, if they don't check themselves. Igbo people control this country in a certain range, where most Nigerians don't know. And I know one day Igbo people will react. All you can do as a minority is to get ready, because they will surely crash. They will impose this will on us. Their will, they will impose it on us. In most cases, we will not be able to control what happened after that. But this is the truth. They will not enjoy the reception, the outcome of what they are doing. They will not enjoy it. I told Igbo people who want to assimilate us, you are Igbo, through Igbo unification. I say, pray, and Anambra State is not created and given to Igbo people. You will wish you never called for the unification of Igbo people. All of you pray, this game you are playing under Wazobia does not pull through, because we shall retain our indigenous languages. My message to you who is not Hausa, Igbo or Yoruba, you must begin to make effort to retain your indigenous languages. And if they compare us to learn their language, we will learn their language. And let us see who will win at the end. Oyibo gave us language despite anything. We changed that language. We metamorphosed that language. Africans can speak English that the Englishman cannot understand. Is that not amazing? Anything that has advantage have disadvantage. But so far, somebody should tell the commissioner, the minister of education, language is not our problem. But the body language behind the language is the problem. Go and look at the place everybody wanted to speak the same language. God forbid it. God came down to the Tower of Babel in Genesis chapter 11 verses 1 to 9. When Nimrod wanted to build a world, a civilization with one language, we know the truth. God said no. The world cannot be one language. God is telling you, Wazobia, Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo, Nigerian cannot be three language. Instead, let all of us begin to speak Hausa. Olatunji, make it compulsory only Hausa. Let us see how Yoruba will feel about it. Olatunji, tell us all of us we speak one language, Igbo language. Let us see how Hausa will feel about it. Why are you people such bunch of intellectual, dishonest people? God forbid one language. Even America is not one language. For America to break up of the British language, they have their own English. American English is different from British English. Why are you people dragging us to one language? You want to drag us to one party. You want to drag us to one language. God will destroy all of you. Go and look at what happened in the Tower of Babel. Nimrod wants everybody to speak one language. And yes, they speak one language. What did God do? There is a purpose. God may forgive all of you, but nature will not forgive you. When Igbo had the time to make Nigeria better, they did not. Today, they are trying to survive from the suffocation they brought upon themselves. No ethnic group will be spared, except they are not part of the people feeding on the misery of other Nigerians. How many Nigerians are dying on a daily basis? From across board, based on policies, based on individual agenda, ethnic and religious agenda. How many blood of Nigerians has stained the street of Nigeria already? God may forgive you people. Nature will not forgive you. The consequences of the policy that Olatunji, the Minister of Education, has introduced, the outcome will not manifest immediately. But believe me, it will not be for the good of anybody. To bring this broadcast to an end, this is the reason why I am calling our people. I say we need to set up a rallying point. We are just keeping these details down on the social media, on the encyclopedia, Wikipedia, every search engine, so that one day you will know there were people who saw these things, there were people who knew this truth, and they told you. But because you think you know what you don't know, you are backing off. Because you are looking for somebody from heaven to come and help you. It's a lie. It's a lie. Messiahs don't come from palace. Deliverers don't come from Aso Rock. Watch the history of the world. The people that are achiever, they must come from the slum. They must come from the uncompleted building. They were expecting Jesus to come in the palace of Herod Antipas. He came in a manger. Go and check Moses. He was born by Hebrew woman who is a slave. Moses is a son of a slave Hebrew woman, later adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. Your saviors will not be made by any man, or else they will be compromised by those men. And so some of you, don't mind him, he's in an uncompleted building, he has taken ogogoro. No, don't look for them in the high places there. They are not there. They are not reasoning like you are reasoning. This is where I bring the broadcast to an end. In case you don't know, if they are able to enforce it, all of you Akwa Ibom people, prepare. In Akwa Ibom land, they will be teaching you Igbo. All of you prepare. In Idoma land, they will be teaching you Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. All of you prepare. Ijaw people, it's time to learn Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. Kirone, unu amani no feti koto oro. Unu amani no feti oro on the one Nigeria. We are not against anybody. We are not supporting anybody. We don't hate anybody, and we don't love anybody. Respect is reciprocal. This game you people have been playing for 65 years. Are you people not tired? Wazobia, are you not tired? Can't you see there is no way out? The only benefit you have is going to be momentum. This is where I bring the broadcast to an end. Have a nice day. Dr. Olatunji Alawusa, go ahead. Your name will be remembered in history. As Igbo people are trying to change history, we are reminding them about Obi Ezekwesili, who Obasanjo used to remove history. Igbo man that remove Igbo woman that remove history. Today they are telling history because they don't have history. Colonization era is gone. And trying to colonize any ethnic group in the concept of one Nigeria will not work. Not in your favor.